Medicibin from the Department of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints in Logar and Kunduz provinces have rescued 2 women who were victims of psychological and physical violence by their families. These women have been provided with their fundamental and Islamic rights. Saif ul-Islam Khyber, spokesperson for the Ministry of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints, stated that one woman in the Barak district of Logar and another in the provincial capital of Kunduz were rescued through the efforts of the ministry's Medicibin. He emphasized that the Ministry of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints is committed to upholding women's rights and preventing domestic violence against them. Khyber assured that no one would be allowed to commit such acts.
In the Shamazar area of the Barak district in Logar province, an innocent woman who had been severely oppressed by her husband and his family for 10 years was finally rescued from this oppression by officials and the Medicibin of the Directorate of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints in the province. Similarly, officials and Medicibin from the Directorate of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints in Kunduz province also rescued another woman who had been tortured and oppressed for 5 years by her husband and members of his family.
Meanwhile, religious scholar Maulai Mohammad Sawab Bawari praised these efforts, highlighting that Islam encourages Muslims to treat family members, especially women, with kindness and respect.
Allah Almighty has advised all His servants to treat women, sisters, and mothers with kindness, to show them goodwill, and to refrain from oppressing them.
It is worth mentioning that officials from the Ministry of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints have assured their commitment to preventing domestic violence. They noted that the recent initiatives by their Medicibin in this regard have significantly reduced the rate of domestic violence.
Ministry of Propagation of Virtue, Prevention of Vice, and Hearing Complaints.